Hi, I'm Marianne, the Education and Outreach here at Kala Sangam, and I'm here with Balbir Singh from Balbir Singh Dance Company.
Hello.
Who is, your company is performing here on the 16th. So if you could just introduce yourself a bit and a bit about what Balbir Singh Company is and what you do.
Sure. So Balbir Singh, Artistic Director of Balbir Singh Dance Company, and as Marianne said, presenting work here on December the 16th, a double bill of work, which includes Champion of the Flatlands, a BMX piece with Euro champion Keelan Phillips, and then we have Love and Spice, which has a chef cooking on stage, so a double bill of work, and then also we have a curtain raiser with a community group as part of the education and outreach work, so a show for all the family.
Oh, fantastic. And what does Balbir Singh Company do? Can you expand a bit on the type of work that you do?
Sure.
I know that's quite far-reaching.
The work is very adventurous and on some levels defies categorization because there's such a variety, but it is underpinned with a contemporary dance training and then a classical North Indian Kathak style dance training, and the work is very much about synthesis, a synthesizing of things, bringing contemporary dance, Kathak dance and live music together, and a lot of cross-art form and sport collaborations, including BMX as an example, work with rugby as another example, synchronized in a swimming pool. So the work is very much about engaging diverse audiences and using Kathak and live music and contemporary at the heart of that, and bringing narrative and story into it as well.
And that's very much at the heart of what we are doing here at Kala Sangam, is looking to engage with a diverse audience here in Bradford. As a Bradford-raised boy, who then went on to go to Leeds, you went to the Northern School of Contemporary Dance. What have you found that inspires you on your, what inspired you to take up dancing? And
so there's a long answer and a short answer. So I guess I've always been into movement, and for many years running, swimming, cycling, and I guess it was a calling, and I began doing the odd aerobics lesson, I guess, and then jazz class, and there was a sense of engaging with music and strong sense of musicality, and fortuitously I stumbled across the Northern School of Contemporary Dance and put myself out of my comfort zone, went and did a class, and I ended up graduating from there. So it's always something I've been interested in terms of theatre, and always felt at home in theatre, and I could have been a musician or a dancer, and I think I went down the dance route because it's harder.
And more challenging,
absolutely,
a bit more of a challenge.
Yes, for me, yes, especially physically demanding on the body. And there's a great affinity with the Kathak style of dance, and it's nice to bring to life ideas working with dancers and musicians and really talented people, and sharing that with audiences.
So what have you been doing here at Kala Sangam today?
So today's been a great day, a busy day at Kala Sangam, a lovely space. We've been in since this morning rehearsing the double bill of work with dancers and musicians from all across the country. As part of the work, we've been engaging in a community outreach program with two primary schools, Ollerton and Nesfield. So we brought those in today to rehearse their work and share with each other, as well as see some company rehearsals we've been doing. We're back in the studio rehearsing the work. So it's a nice busy day, and two complex pieces that we're pulling together for the performance, and it's just nice to be actually in this space we're performing in advance, just to let everybody settle to the actual size of the space.
And for me as education and outreach officer, it's been great bringing so many children into the building today, Bradford children who have been able to engage with both companies and find out more about dance, and so they've had 5 weeks to prepare kind of quite short pieces, which were inspired by both Champion of the Flatlands and Love and Spice, and we've just had a fantastic day. I think it's been really great fun, and we've been able to bring dance to more children of Bradford who may not have been able to access it otherwise, which I think has been really successful, actually. And like you said, we're also doing a 5-week project with Community Works Community Centre in Balbir End, which is going really well, and they're going to be performing their kind of 4-minute piece as part of the double bill. With maybe a curtain raiser or in the interval or something, which is really, really exciting, and gives, young people that me and you once were, a chance to engage in such a great art form, and I know that they wouldn't have that chance anywhere else. So we've been doing some great work engaging new audiences at Bradford.
And part of that, I guess, is the future performers of tomorrow. It was great with some of the questions they were asking after seeing the work and seeing professional dancers as well, and there's a real sense of enthusiasm and genuine interest in the work, and also just pride in sharing what they've been doing with each other, and actually coming into a building and having a theatrical setup. It's a magical experience. It's one of those things you remember as a child.
Will always stay with you.
Yes.
You know, and that's really brilliant. So could you introduce a bit about both pieces on the 16th?
Yeah, sure. So the Champion of the Flatlands is a piece that's performed about a dozen times. It opened a festival in Canada. It's performed for South Banks Urban Festival as well, and been all over the place, again engaging with diverse audiences. It's a piece that has BMX and Kathak dance, and it has contemporary dance, and it's a holistic theatre journey that the audience are taken on with all these elements, and it's a question of how does Kathak and BMX work together. Initially,
how do you start that process? That's process of fusion and it's collaborative work.
It's a headache to begin because it doesn't work, but that's the reason to do it, because it's pushing everyone out of their comfort zones and getting them thinking in a similar mindset and sharing ideas. And with Keelan, he has a very creative approach to how...
He's the BMX
champion, yes. 4 times UK and twice Euro Flatland champion. Flatland as in no ramps, no brakes on the bike, and you don't put your feet down on the ground.
Wow.
So we have a research and development period in the studio just to get to appreciate each other's art forms a little bit and find where those connections might be. And we have a nice narrative that unfolds, and it's a nice holistic theatre experience, and it's larger than the sum of its parts, and how all those things come together to take the audience on a journey. And there isn't one thing in particular that you take away more than another. It's how they all feed into just the journey of the piece of work. Very much open to audiences that may know nothing about BMX or Flatlands or classical Indian dance or music. So it's a good introduction to hopefully present an accessible, engaging piece of theatre.
Yeah, and it's quite, with the urban nature of it, it's quite youthful as well. And I've seen clips of it, and I'm so excited to see it live actually.
Yes.
And that we've been working with schools in the community centre with it. I want to take that next step and see it in front of myself. And then the second piece is Love and Spice.
Yes, Love and Spice. So this is the concept behind this piece is about an elderly couple, very much in love. One's lost sense of smell and the other's lost sense of taste. Okay. And they're looking back on their lives through incidents around food. And Annapurna, who is the goddess of food and nourishment, is in the kitchen preparing a special meal, a dish, to see if she can revive their senses of smell and taste. She elicits the help of Krishna, the butter thief, and Ganesh, with his large tummy, who has a sweet tooth, to try and create a meal to revive their sense of smell and taste. So it's a nice, engaging piece, and it has a chef cooking on stage, so you get to smell all those spices and beautiful aromas. And before going into the show, we whet the audience's appetite by giving them some food to eat as well.
Okay. So it's a curry, isn't it?
Yes, so you could either have a chicken curry or a vegetarian. Wow. So a little something.
So it's a full sensory experience.
Absolutely, definitely, yes.
Because you get to taste, and there'll be the smell of the chef on stage, and there's live music in both places.
Correct, yes.
Both pieces as well, and of course the dancing. So it's a full sensory experience actually. Which you don't often get in theatres. No. So that's really exciting.
Yes, and with curry being a favourite national dish as well.
Of course, and especially here in Bradford.
Absolutely, yes. So hopefully that will encourage people to come along as well. Yes, having some food, and food brings people and communities and diverse communities together.
It's really at the heart of communities is the kitchen, and cooking and sharing food is a tradition worldwide.
Yes.
So that's brilliant.
So hopefully there's enough in there to engage different audiences in different ways, young or old.
And there is a bit of something for everyone, I think.
Definitely,
that's what I've seen of your work, that there's a bit of something for everyone, and also something unexpected as well, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, and so you get a bonus with extra that you didn't think you were going to get from the work, and just come out feeling positive. And it's about making the work, thinking about what do I want the audience coming out of this
and they're quite accessible pieces as well.
Definitely, yes, and that's the important thing, rather than put your audiences off and lovely things but we didn't understand it. It's very much wanting to grow audiences as such, and especially with this lovely venue and develop a longer term relationship.
And especially because both pieces are quite different, so you're seeing the same company present very different pieces of work. So then you can see the breadth of what is possible in dance and these art forms, which is really exciting. So that is Balbir Singh Dance Company on the Saturday the 16th of December at 7:30, and you can get tickets at our website, which is kalasangam.org. Thank you.
Goodbye.